Blessed is the man who has come to know that our muted thoughts are our sweetest thoughts. Blessed is the man who, from the blackest depths, can see the luminous figure of love, and seeing, sing, and singing, say, sweeter far than uttered. Lays are the thoughts I have of you, in these profound words. We pay tribute to two individuals who, more than all others of modern times, have been the victims of relentless criticism and the recipients of abuse, simply because they found life's greatest treasure, true love, and claimed it. Mrs. Simpson read and approved this analysis. Recognizing the significance of their journey, most of the world will applaud the Duke of Windsor and Wallis Simpson for their persistence in searching until they found life's greatest reward. Their story is not just about romance. It is a powerful reminder that all of us can profit by following their example in our own search for that which we demand of life. They exemplified the idea that true fulfillment comes from the courage to pursue what truly matters, regardless of societal expectations or personal sacrifice. What mystical power gives to men of persistence the capacity to master difficulties? Is there a quality of persistence that establishes some form of spiritual, mental, or even chemical activity within one's mind, granting access to supernatural forces? Does infinite intelligence align itself with those who continue to fight on even after the battle has been lost and the whole world seems to stand in opposition? These questions have often arisen in my mind as I have observed remarkable individuals like Henry Ford, who started with nothing but sheer determination and built an industrial empire of enormous proportions, relying almost solely on persistence. Or consider Thomas A. Edison, who, with less than 3 months of formal schooling, became the world's leading inventor, transforming persistence into groundbreaking inventions such as the talking machine, the moving picture machine, and the incandescent light bulb, among countless others. I had the fortunate privilege of analyzing both Mr. Edison and Mr. Ford over a long period, observing their lives year by year. This gave me the opportunity to study them at close range, and I speak from actual knowledge when I say that I found no quality, aside from persistence, in either of them that even remotely suggested the major source of their stupendous achievements. As one makes an impartial study of the prophets, philosophers, miracle men, and religious leaders throughout history, one is inevitably drawn to the conclusion that persistence, concentration of effort, and definiteness of purpose were the major sources of their achievements. Consider, for example, the strange and fascinating story of Muhammad. Analyze his life and compare him with men of achievement in this modern age of industry and finance. You will observe that they all share one outstanding trait: persistence. If you are keenly interested in studying the strange power that gives potency to persistence, I encourage you to read a biography of Muhammad, especially the one by Asad Bey. This brief review of that book, written by Thomas Sugrue in the Herald Tribune, will provide a preview of the rare treat awaiting those who take the time to read the entire story of one of the most astounding examples of the power of persistence known to civilization. Muhammad was a prophet, but he never performed a miracle. He was not a mystic. He had no formal schooling. He did not begin his mission until he was 40, when he announced that he was the messenger of God, bringing the word of the true religion. He was ridiculed and labeled a lunatic. Children tripped him, and women threw filth upon him. He was banished from his native city, Mecca, and his followers were stripped of their worldly goods and sent into the desert after him. When he had been preaching for 10 years, he had nothing to show for it but banishment, poverty, and ridicule. Yet before another 10 years had passed, he was the dictator of all Arabia, the ruler of Mecca, and the head of a new world religion, which was destined to sweep to the Danube and the Pyrenees before exhausting the impetus he gave it. That impetus was threefold: the power of words, the efficacy of prayer, and man's kinship with God. His career never made sense. Muhammad was born to impoverished members of a leading family of Mecca, because Mecca, the crossroads of the world and home of the magic stone called the Kaaba, was unsanitary. Its children were sent to be raised in the desert by Bedouins. Muhammad was thus nurtured, drawing strength and health from the milk of nomad, vicarious mothers. He tended sheep and soon hired out to a rich widow as the leader of her caravans. He traveled to all parts of the Eastern world, conversing with many men of diverse beliefs and observing the decline of Christianity into warring sects. When he was 28, Khadijah, the widow, looked upon him with favor and married him. Her father would have objected to such a marriage, so she got him drunk and held him up while he gave the paternal blessing. For the next 12 years, Muhammad lived as a rich, respected, and very shrewd trader. Then he took to wandering in the desert, and one day he returned with the first verse of the Quran, telling Khadijah that the Archangel Gabriel had appeared to him and said that he was to be the messenger of God. The Quran, the revealed word of God, was the closest thing to a miracle in Muhammad's life. He had not been a poet. He had no gift of words. Yet the verses of the Quran, as he received them and recited them to the faithful, were better than any verses which the professional poets of the tribes could produce. This, to the Arabs, was a miracle. To them, the gift of words was the greatest gift. The poet was all-powerful. In addition, the Quran proclaimed that all men were equal before God and that the world should be a democratic state Islam. It was this political heresy, combined with Muhammad's desire to destroy the 360 idols in the courtyard of the Kaaba, which brought about his banishment. The idols attracted the desert tribes to Mecca, which meant trade. Thus, the businessmen of Mecca, the capitalists of which he had been one, set upon Muhammad. He then retreated to the desert and demanded sovereignty over the world. The rise of Islam began. Out of the desert came a flame that would not be extinguished, a democratic army, fighting as a unit and prepared to die without flinching. Muhammad invited the Jews and Christians to join him, for he was not building a new religion. He was calling all who believed in one God to join in a single faith. If the Jews and Christians had accepted his invitation, Islam would have conquered the world. They didn't. They would not even accept Muhammad's innovation of humane warfare. When the armies of the Prophet entered Jerusalem, not a single person was killed because of his faith. When the Crusaders entered the city centuries later, not a Muslim man, woman, or child was spared. But the Christians did accept one Muslim idea, the place of learning, the university. The legacy of Christn, saith a remarkable journey of Muhammad serves as a testament to the power of persistence. His life was marked by challenges, ridicule, and adversity, yet he remained steadfast in his mission. His unwavering commitment to his beliefs and his ability to inspire others with his words transformed him from a marginalized figure into a powerful leader whose influence would span centuries. This legacy of persistence is not limited to historical figures. It resonates in our lives today. Each of us faces obstacles and setbacks in our pursuit of dreams and goals. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in our ability to cultivate persistence. It is the relentless pursuit of our ambitions, the refusal to give up in the face of adversity, that ultimately leads to success. Consider your own life. What dreams do you hold dear? What goals have you set for yourself? Reflect on the moments when you felt discouraged or tempted to abandon your aspirations. In those moments, it is crucial to remember the stories of those who have come before us, individuals like Mohammed, Edison, and Ford who exemplified the power of persistence. They faced their share of struggles, yet they persevered, ultimately achieving greatness. Cultivating persistence in our lives. To cultivate persistence, we must first develop a strong sense of purpose. What drives you? What are you passionate about? Identifying your core values and aligning your goals with them will provide the motivation needed to keep pushing forward, even when the going gets tough. Next, we must embrace the idea of failure as a stepping stone to success. Each setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of viewing failure as a defeat, consider it a valuable lesson that brings you one step closer to your goal. This shift in mindset is crucial for fostering resilience and maintaining persistence. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals can significantly impact our ability to persist. Seek out mentors, friends, and peers who encourage and inspire you. Their belief in your potential can bolster your determination and help you navigate the challenges you encounter. Finally, practice self-discipline and consistency. Establishing routines and setting small, achievable milestones can help maintain momentum and keep you focused on your long-term goals. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and use it as fuel to propel you forward.